Okay, so guys, basically, this is I need you to, if you haven't got a piece of paper, you need to get one so you can write stuff down. This
I have it.
session that we're having today is is your I'm just going to give you a brief outline of what's going to be expected for you during this learnership, the timeline, the time frame for this learnership, and what's your responsibilities and what's my responsibilities. So you've been enrolled for the a long-term insurance qualification, which is an Inseta qualification. This is a learnership. The duration is 12 months, but we're going to try and finish it sooner than 12 months. The reason is we will have opportunities for remedial sessions, etc. It may take us a bit longer also, but I'm not going to be burdening you with joining these sessions, online sessions a lot, so maybe twice a month. And then you will have homework to do on your own in the form of formative sessions. And then for each unit standard we do, it's going to be, sorry, for each unit standard we have summative assessments also. So the this qualification, the long-term insurance qualification, has a total of 140 credits. 1 second, I'll tell you now. Um, yeah, it's a total of 140 credits. These credits are broken down into unit standards. Let me show you quickly what I mean by unit standards. Guys, if we break and you can't hear me, if I break up and you can't hear me, you need to let me know. Is that fine,
Yes, sir.
guys?
Yes, sir. It's okay.
Okay, so if you don't hear me from time to time, please stop me and let me know so that we can continue. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so sorry. I'm just trying to find the spreadsheet so that I can share with you. Uh, why can't I see it? Why can't I see it? 1 second for me. Long-term implementation. Okay, guys, can you see this Excel spreadsheet? Long-term insurance NQF4. Can you see it?
Yes, yes, you
Okay.
can see it.
Okay. So basically these are wait 1 second. Guys, just 1 second for me. I've got this in Kululeko, Belani. Kenilwe, can you hear me, Kenilwe?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Is there any way, any reason? Wealth management. Okay. Okay. Sorry. 1 second for me. Non-Kululeko is trying to log into an incorrect incorrect what you call session. Let me just call her quickly. 1 second for
Oh,
me. Non-Kululeko is from the Klerksdorp branch. Hello? Oh, she's on voicemail now. Let me see if I can get her on WhatsApp audio. Yeah, she's supposed to have been in the session last week, so I'm not too sure why she's trying this week. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm back online. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Still here.
Okay, thank you so much. Right, so these are the this is what you call a unit standard. Okay, this is a unit standard title. Demonstrate knowledge and application of ethical conduct in a business environment. This is what we're going to go through today. This unit standard here, it belongs to the group of core. It's got 4 credits. Okay, so this is a unit standard title, and this will be the unit standard number. We're also going to go through this. Sorry, we're not going through that today. We're going through this unit standard today. Apply the skills of customer care in a specific work environment. This is the unit standard number. These are the total number of credits. Now, if you look at this, the credits that each unit standard has allocated to its respective unit standard, you'll notice that depending on the complexity of that unit standard and its currentness and its relevance, that's the the credits that it will have. So you'll see this is a complex one, so it's got 4. 2 is not so complex, but it's very important, but it has 2 credits. And then you got others like analyze new developments reported in the media that could impact on long-term insurance, that has 10 credits. Very, very important and relevant, and that's the reason it's weighted so much, 10 credits. Okay, at the end of the day, there's a total of 140 credits. Now, if you are successful and if you are competent in each and every unit standard, the first thing that you have to be competent in will be your formative assessments. I'll go through your formative assessment. I'll show you the structure. If you're competent in your formative assessment, and after I mark it, now your formative assessment is your assignment. It's a take-home assignment. You do it on your own, or you do it with groups. You do it in conjunction or with colleagues, in collaboration with colleagues, etc. You get information from your managers or the workplace, and then you submit it. Now your submission date will be within the next 2 weeks for these unit standards that we go over today. So that's your assignment, the formative. Once you send it back to me, I'll mark it. If you're competent in your formative assessment, then we go on to your summative assessment for that same unit standard. Your summative assessment will be an exam, a test. Let's not say it's an exam. It's about 10, 15 questions, multiple choice, small essay questions, true or false questions. Your summative will be a mini test, invigilated. That means you can't write it on your own. You'll have to make your way. I'll give you dates also. You'll have to make your way to somewhere, someplace at a branch, and one of the managers will invigilate it. Okay, now a question. Kenilu, are you fine with that, making your way each time once in a month to go to a branch to do a summative test? Are you fine with that?
Yes, sir.
Masejo, are you fine with that? Masejo?
Can you hear me, sir?
I didn't hear your
Hello?
response. Yeah. Can you hear? I didn't hear your response, Masejo.
Yes, okay, I cannot go to the branch every time because I'm in Taung and the branch is in Kickstock.
How far is it? About 2 hours?
3.
3 hours? Yo, that's a long. So do you ever visit the branch?
I've actually never been there, to be honest.
You haven't been there. Okay, so we're going to have to make a plan for you to do the your summative test, right? We'll have to make a plan. Okay,
Yes, sir.
how far are you from the branch? Kenilwe,
Sir?
how far are you from the branch?
No, I'm not far from the branch. I think it's 15 minutes drive or 10.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much. Okay, that's fine. Masejo, we'll have to make a plan, especially your learner material. I have to make a plan to get it to you. Okay. Okay, so yeah, these are the 2 unit standards we'll be covering today. I'm not covering many unit standards. I don't want it to be a bit, I don't want it to be a long session. We should be done by the latest 12 o'clock. And then with this session, you can measure, you know, your stamina to that you will need, and your endurance you will need if it's a longer session. And you will also need, you'll know how to budget your data, etc., and your connectivity for these sessions. Okay. Yeah, so these will be the unit standards that we will cover. These are the first, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 unit standards in total. We'll finish these 8 unit standards within 2 months. Okay, within the next 2 months, these 8 unit standards will be finished. I'm going to put in dates for you and send it to you. And when I'll need your submission for your formative results, I mean your formative assessment, then I will, so what date I will send you the results. Then you do revision work for your summative exams. Then I'll send you the results. If you are not competent, there's no such thing as a pass and fail. If you are not competent, then we will rewrite it. You only have one chance to rewrite. There's also something called a logbook submission. I will send a template to you. You will fill it in, and I'll take you through another session of how a logbook looks like or what it's all about, or I'll send you a video about your logbook, and then you can always ask me questions.
Okay, so
Okay, so the next, this is a theme, okay? Work environment and introduction to insurance. Okay, you know, this qualification, your long-term insurance qualification, you could look at it as a diploma, okay, or a you know a certificate that you normally study for at a college. And at a college, these are your modules. That's normally, so we call them unit standards, but at a college we'll call them modules. These are all broken down into modules, okay? And then in your in that semester, for example, if you look at a semester, this is what the semester, in that semester, for example, the first 3 months, you'll be covering this work environment and introduction to insurance. Then in your next semester, we look at insurance role and current events. And then we break these down into modules that fit into that. And then your long-term insurance products, we'll be dealing with that. So if you notice, this is more of an introduction, the first phase. Insurance role and current events, and then your long-term insurance products, where we talk about healthcare in South Africa, which we talk about medical aid, we talk about you know, the government system. Then we describe life insurance. We indicate the scope of life insurance in South Africa. We analyze the different products available in the long-term insurance industry and the benefit of each. Okay, financial planning process, dread disease, critical illness, and okay, and then for those, we talk about your summative exams and your formative, etc., when it should be submitted. Then your fraud control, describe funeral insurance and explain credit life insurance, investigate the need to provide financially for own retirement, describe group insured benefits like your pension fund, your retirement funds, your provident funds, etc. Financial literacy, we interpret basic financial statements like your income and loss statement, balance sheet, etc., etc. Describe and apply the principle of personal income tax. There's a spelling mistake there. Okay, so we talk about your income tax and investigate ways of managing financial risks in your own lives. Okay, so with your maths, if you haven't got maths, okay, let me just take you through this. Let me ask you a question. Did you pass mathematics in metric? Masejo, did you pass mathematics in metric?
very bad in my maths.
Did you pass it, but
Nope.
you didn't?
No.
Okay. If you didn't pass maths, then we've got a problem here, because now I won't say it's a problem. I'm going to do this here for you, and this will be your maths. Okay.
Okay.
So if you didn't pass maths in metric, not a problem. I'm going to make you go through these unit standards, which basically will give you a qualification for maths. You understand what I'm saying? So if you really wanted to redo maths, you don't have to do it. You're doing it here. How does that sound?
It sounds good.
Right.
Yeah.
Looks like Kenil disappeared on us, but I'm going to carry on and just wait for her to come in back, and I'll admit her into the room
Okay.
again. Okay.
Alright.
So yeah, so these are the unit standards that we will be going through. It's going to take around 8-9 months to complete it, especially if we do in the month, if we do 3 unit standards for each session, we should be done with this within the next few months. Okay, any questions here, Masako? Kenilwe, you back? Kenilwe, can you
Yeah,
hear me?
there's no questions. Everything is good.
Okay. Kenilwe, did you pass maths in matric?
Yes, sir. Very good.
You passed it very well. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay. Okay, so Maseko, Kenilwe didn't hear your story, right? That's good. So it's between you and me. We're going to be doing this. Okay.
It's perfect.
Okay, so I'm just going to unshare this and I'm going to share something else. Let me know if you guys see this. Okay. Generic guidelines for assessment. Can you see this, guys?
Yes, sir. We're seeing it.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so I'm not going to cover this entire stuff because it's for me and you, but I'm only going to deal with the stuff that concerns you. Okay, so my responsibility as an assessor, okay, just to let you know, I'm an assessor and a facilitator, which means if I was a facilitator only and not an assessor, that means I can't mark your unit standards, okay? I can't mark your formative assessments. I can't assess you. Sorry, guys, from time to time, I'm just going to go a bit quiet because I'll be drinking some water, right?
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
So I'm an assessor, which means the first thing that happens from my side is that I facilitate, which means that I will be the trainer. The next thing is when you do your I then sign off your formatives and I sign off your summatives. So they are become like the like a model. I won't say okay. I won't describe it, but basically, a facilitator can only facilitate or train. So I'll be doing 2 roles. One is a facilitator and then an assessor. I look at your work, your summative exams. I mark it. I mark your formative exams, and I sign off all your everything. I sign off every single stuff that's got to do with you in this learnership. Okay, that's as an assessor. Then we've got someone that's external called the moderator. The moderator is someone external. We could have an internal moderator also, but we haven't got one. There's no need to have an internal moderator. So we've got an external moderator. He comes in, he takes 25% of the total files that I have. And then he moderates it by looking at, he doesn't look at your work, he looks at my work. He looks at my marking. He looks at my endorsement of your assessments, how I marked it, how did I assess, whether it was fair, whether it was consistent, etc. And then he marks that off. Once he marks it off, we then prepare your files. Well, I won't say we then prepare your files. Your files are always being prepared as we go along. We build your files, which is called a portfolio of evidence, a POE. Now, the portfolio of evidence will have your formative assessments, your summative assessments, any research that you do, your logbook will be in there, any workplace testimonies, evidence, etc. Any practical evidence that you acquire. If we require training, proof of training that you went for example, poppy training, treating customers fairly training, etc. We will ask for it. I will put it into your file. We'll build your file up. In your file will also be a metric certificate, your ID, your learner agreement, your poppy agreement, etc. We'll put that into your file. It's called the portfolio of evidence. We build it. After it's assessed, after it's moderated, we then hand a percentage of these files to Inseta to verify. They then verify everything that we've done, how we've done it. They look for attendance registers. They look for proof of training, the way we've trained online. If it was a summative exam that you wrote, they just don't want your summative exam. They also want the invigilator that invigilated it. They want that person's names and details, etc. So they go right in, they dig in very deep, guys, when it comes to evidence that we need to produce to verify. Once they verify, and they'll start endorsing my findings of you and everybody else. If I say you were competent, if I say you're ready for this qualification, if I say you're ready to get this certificate for long-term insurance, you are competent in this qualification, they will then look at everything and they will endorse it. Once they endorse it, they pass it, they close the program, and then we generate statement of results and we generate certificates for you, okay? Any questions so far, guys?
No question on my side, sir.
Okay. As you can see from the screen that you're looking at, it says plan assessment, prepare the candidate for assessment, conduct the assessment, judge the evidence of a candidate's performance, knowledge and understanding against the national standards, decide whether the candidate has demonstrated competence, provide feedback to you, maintain accurate records. So the feedback that I will send to you will be about your evidence that you're providing, your formative assessment, provide you feedback where you went, what you need to redo. The best thing about a formative assessment, the assignment, is you don't redo the whole assessment. It's only you only redo the part where you went wrong. With the summative, unfortunately, you rewrite if you are not found competent. The pass mark there is 50%. Yeah, it's 50%. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Yeah, formative is 50% pass mark. Summative exam also, or your formative test is also 50% pass mark. Okay, so I'll keep on giving you feedback accordingly wherever it's needed for your as you progress. Okay, I record all the assessment results. I review the assessment. The assessor guide sets out to empower the assessors and moderators working with this unit standard to carry out the assessment, which follows all the NQF principles of assessments, which are appropriateness, relevance. Okay, I'm not going to worry about this too much, but all I can say is current. If you look at current, from time to time, this unit standard is not current. So I will give you information or send you information that is current. Okay.
Okay.
Assessment procedures. Okay, guys, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to summarize it. I'm going to break it down into the points or extract points that what you call is pertinent or relevant to you, and then I'll share it with you. But we've also got an appeals procedure. An appeals procedure, the reason you will appeal is because you're not happy with your assessment results or your assessment feedback. For example, you're not as happy with your formative, you're not happy with your summative. I find you are not yet competent, NYC. So you can appeal and say, you know what, it's because of this. I didn't have enough time. The timelines were too short for me to submit. I didn't have enough time to study for my summative exams. It was just shoved onto me. The facilitator wasn't helpful enough. The assessor wasn't helpful enough. So you can appeal. Stage one is where you discuss the issue with me. Then we try and find a solution for the problem, which is always the best thing forward. Because once we go to stage 2, 3, and 4, it just takes up too much time. It doesn't get to that also because we are always listening to you. If there's still a disagreement, you submit a written complaint to the internal moderator within 2 weeks of the assessment. The internal moderator will conduct an investigation and meet with both parties. A decision will be taken by the internal moderator, who will provide both parties with a report within 4 weeks. If you are still unhappy about the outcome, you can refer the matter to Inseta's quality assurance department. Okay. Now, if you look here, the competency requirement for the formative assessment is 50% for each unit standard. In addition, you cannot leave questions unanswered or achieve 0 for any assessment. There must be evidence of understanding for all the specific outcomes. Even if the total number of marks gained is sufficient for competency, the learner must complete and achieve marks for every assessment. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out and send that to you. Okay, guys, any questions so far?
No questions, sir.
Nothing. Okay, let me stop sharing this, and let me stop sharing this, and let's continue with our unit standards for today. Okay, guys, can you see this where it says learner guide? Apply the skills of
Yes.
customer care in a specific work environment. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 1 second for me. I'm just gonna try and use my headsets.
Can you hear me?
No,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, sir.
Okay. Masejo?
I can hear you, sir.
Okay. Does it sound clearer with my headsets on or off?
Either way.
Either way, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Apply the skills of customer care in a specific work environment. Okay, so this is unit standard 119676. Unit standards credits. There's 4. It's at the NQF level 4. Okay. Now I'm not going to go through the entire learner guide. The reason is most of this is very, very, very what you call understandable by you. You already know a lot. Most of it, if you go over it, it will just be reinforcement. So I'm also going to go over reinforcement. You know, this is a very important learner guide. Apply the skills of customer care in a specific work environment. This has got a lot to do with treating customers fairly. I'm sure that, I had a situation the other day during this week where one of our agents on Discovery called a client and was rude to the client, and there wasn't sufficient, he was rude, he was unprofessional. He ended up threatening the client. When the client says, I need to cancel, he says, you can't cancel. He told the client, you know what, you think you know it all, so I think you should go and cancel. I'm not going to help you because you're very rude. We can't talk to a customer like that. A customer may not be right all the time, but a customer is king. We need to remember that. I need you to understand that, which is very, very important. A customer is never always right. A customer can be wrong, but we don't tell the customers they are wrong. Because they are king. The more you have proper customer care, proper skills with the customer, or the less skill and care you have with the customer, and the more unprofessional you are with them, it's a brand reputation. It's a chance for ruining the brand. It's a bad reputation for the customer. Good customer care, good customer service skills enhances the trust of the customer in you, your product, and in the company that you're representing. This unit standard has got a lot to do with treating customers fairly, listening to your customers, empathizing